Welcome everybody to Cheap Pops. I'm Dave. I don't know where my co-host is. This stuff, I don't...
The crock just came from the bathroom. You should have smelt what he was cooking.
I guess the brother was baking.
Bacon! The brother was baking!
You and these entrances, I don't know. Thanks for checking out Cheap Pops. We mainly talk about wrestling, but we also talk about movies, video games, stuff like that. Yeah, so...
What episode are we on?
We are on episode 66. Episode 66. It's you know, we're trying to get back into doing it more regularly, and it's actually been a while since we've done anything with a lot of wrestling in it, and we went to see an XWA show in Pittsfield, Massachusetts on March 21st. We had gone to the previous one, and the stories kind of followed up on this one. Your brother Billy and his daughter Autumn went with us.
Yep.
What did you think of this XWA show?
It was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I think from top to bottom it was pretty good. If you've never gone to an indie show, go to indie shows. They are a lot of fun, and you see wrestlers that are up and coming, and like we have friends that are wrestlers, and we get to see them wrestle and stuff, and you also get to see things that are, you know, interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah, the opening match was Cowboy Corey Duke versus the Mercenary, and the Mercenary had Ayatollah Casanova. The one thing I've got to say about Ayatollah Casanova, getting heat is one thing, but getting stupid or cheap heat is another. And another guy that we're going to talk about in this show goes for cheap heat too, and it's over the top, and I don't think it's necessary.
No.
But the Mercenary is pretty much playing a terrorist that, you know, prays in the middle of the ring and stuff, and it was a good match. I mean, Cowboy Duke is really good, and I mean, the Mercenary, I haven't seen him wrestle that much because it's mostly his gimmick. That's what, you know, is what they do. So,
yeah.
You know, but I mean, I thought it was a good match. I mean, good opening match. And then the next match, Jermaine Marbury and Benny the Basketball versus
Benny was
the
falling apart,
yeah, Benny the Basketball. It's a basketball mascot, you know, like you would see at a high school or a college game. But to keep it, you know, the basketball inflated, so to speak, what were they using?
A hula hoop.
A hula hoop, which was coming apart. And Benny had to, like, hold his, you know, suit together the whole time, and it took away from the match, really. And
if anything, they should have had him, like, just come out as a basketball, then have the person have their face painted as a basketball or a luchador mask.
Yeah, you could easily buy, like, an orange luchador mask and make it look like a basketball.
Yes.
I mean, the way they did it, you know, I mean, we watched the Grinch wrestle Santa Claus at one show, so...
Yeah,
you know,
and he basically lost his face.
Yeah, so it's, you know, I mean, these things are going to happen at small shows. It's just, it was entertaining. I'm not going to say it wasn't entertaining. It's hard to get past certain things at that point.
Yes.
You know? Jermaine Marbury and Benny won, so, you know, Doink the Clown... Doink versus the Music Man, and the Music Man is amazing, by the way. If you want to see a guy that gets it and knows how to be a heel and not be a cheap heel like certain people on this show, it's the Music Man. And
yes,
Google the Music Man, watch his stuff on YouTube. He's tremendous. He's got great merchandise too. Merchandise. I figured that was going to come. Doink the Clown is a gimmick that a lot of indie wrestlers do. I know it's copyrighted and all that stuff, but they do it. And WWE's not going to sue everybody that's going to dress up like Doink the Clown. It's just not, whatever. Doink won, didn't he? I can't remember. No,
Music Man won. Because you go, the Music Man is my new favorite.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And I've liked the Music Man anyways, but yeah, the fact that he beat Doink made him my favorite. I've never been a fan of indie wrestlers using other people's gimmicks. It's just, whatever. The Superfan, John Austin, the Superfan, awesome shirt.
Yes.
And he's a super nice dude, and he's a great athlete, and, he's the Superfan. Like, that just, he came out, he wore a Roman Reigns shirt to the last one, I think.
Yeah, and this one, he had the Doom.
Yeah.
Ring gear on. What looked friggin' awesome.
Yeah, the Dr. Doom ring gear. Yeah, it was really good. Against Punk. Punk is the other one that gets cheap heat. I'm sorry. And disgusting heat, in my opinion, with some of the stuff that he says to people. I mean, making ableist, stuff, like making fun of disabled people, doing that kind of thing just isn't my thing.
No.
The Superfan won, and that's great.
Yes.
The main event, Mikey Cheese versus Rando for the XWA title. This was a continuation of the story from the last show where Rando accidentally punched Mikey Cheese and Mikey Cheese won the Rumble to gain this XWA title shot, XWA title shot. Rando was blown up from the beginning of this match. No shade on Rando, you know what I mean? But yeah, he was very blown up, during this match.
And he had the nerve to say that Mikey was blown up?
I mean, I don't know if he said that, but whatever. I mean, it just it was a good match. Great story told through the whole match. Now it's going to be, because the Music Man interfered, it's going to be the Music Man, Rando, and Mikey Cheese in a triple threat for the XWA title. I hope Mikey Cheese wins it, but if the Music Man wins it, I'm not going to be mad either.
No.
XWA does good shows. I think they pretty much only run in Pittsfield now, as far as I know. If you look up XWA Wrestling on Facebook, their shows are always advertised on Facebook. They're pretty good about keeping people up to date with the matches and all that stuff, and tickets and all that. So their seating is general admission. So you pretty much, if you get there early, you get front row. We haven't gotten front row in the past couple because there's people waiting in the cold.
Yeah.
Really early in line, and I'm not going to do that. Sorry, And it's not like there are certain shows where I want to be front row. I'm not saying I wouldn't want to be front row for XWA. But I'm not going to clamor to get front row for XWA.
And we got a change of plans for April.
April 11th. You're not going to be able to go anyways. But I was going to do a table at a show. And Pure Vanguard Wrestling, they had to cancel their show. But as I'm going to talk about later, I searched and I found, I'm pretty resourceful with that kind of stuff. I found a show that's going to be happening that day. Pioneer Valley Pro Wrestling. I'll be talking about the whole thing later at the end of the show. So I'll be doing a table there and getting the word out about the show and everything. So, and then on May 2nd, we both are going to be doing a table at Connecticut Wrestling Federation. So we're doing lots more stuff, and hopefully we'll be doing a convention, wink wink, later this year that I'm not going to talk about because I'm not at liberty to say anything, but hopefully. Have you been keeping up on TNA at all?
Bits and pieces.
Okay. Did you watch any of Sacrifice? I mean, I'm sure you saw what happened at the end of the main event, but...
No, because Facebook has it.
Okay, well, this wasn't a pay-per-view. This was one of their specials that they do on TNA+. So it's not, I'm not saying it's thrown together matches, but it's kind of continuation of storylines to lead into their pay-per-view. But it's cool that they do these specials for TNA+. I think that's really cool. Because it's an incentive for people that can't afford to buy the pay-per-views, but on the off months they can get the specials on TNA Plus. It gives an incentive for people to pay the $10, plus the classic content as well. So,
and we love our classic content.
This is true. It was on the March 22nd. Eric Young, a TNA original, versus Leon Slater for the X Division title. Great bait and switch by Leon Slater. He had like a hoodie on for his entrance that covered his whole face. And Eric Young went out to attack. Well, he peels the hood off. It's not Leon Slater. Leon Slater attacks from the other side of the ring. Good stuff, because Eric Young's the world-class maniac, so you expect him to attack you. You know what I mean? So that's great bait and switch. Loved it. Thought it was a good match. Leon Slater uses a Styles Clash and his Swanton 450 to retain the X Division title. If you've never seen the Swanton 450, he starts off as a Swanton and lands a 450. That's amazing. The athleticism that it takes to do that is incredible.
It's like a freaking creative finisher.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, absolutely. And then they had a tag match, AJ Francis and Kazarian versus the hometown man, who is Cody Deaner, and Elijah, who used to be Elias in WWE. I think both Frankie and AJ Francis are good heels. I'm just not entertained by Francis, and he always looks awkward every time he wrestles. You notice that, right?
Yeah.
He looks like a cow on ice. He just whatever. But he's a good heel, good entertaining heel. And the heels won. Chris Bay came out and announced that Ricky Sosa has signed with TNA. If you've never seen Ricky Sosa wrestle, definitely need to Google his debut on TNA. Amazing. He's going to do really well in TNA.
Ooh.
And they've needed some talent because they lost the Rascals. They've lost Joe Hendry, and I'm sure people's contracts are coming up. And it sucks because WWE and AEW are going to be grabbing people.
Oh, definitely.
TNA needs talent. Not that they don't have good talent, but there's only so much you can do with the talent that they have. So they had a knockouts title three-way, Lei Ying Lee versus Danny Luna versus Ariana Grace. I thought it was a good triple threat. Ariana Grace retains. Trey Miguel and Jada Stone versus Mustafa Ali and Tasha Steelz. I thought this was a mixed tag at first, and then I figured out it was intergender. They had Ali wrestle Jada Stone, and she was putting up a good fight and everything. That's one thing about the modern intergender matches is everybody's so athletic that they can actually do things. Before when they were doing them, or even mixed tags. They weren't doing man on woman. Well, there'd be shove downs, or Jarrett would hit a woman with a guitar or something. But they weren't doing as much as they do now. So, Jada Stone's incredibly impressive, especially against Ali. The heels zip-tied Trey Miguel to the bottom rope, made him watch as Ali hit Stone with a 450 and pinned her. So, that's...
Oh my God!
That's classic heel stuff,
yes.
Zip tie. Well, before it'd be handcuffing, but now they're using zip ties. But I think they should have used handcuffs because it took them a while to try to get the zip ties to work.
Yeah.
So, Moose with Alicia Edwards versus Eddie Edwards. A battle of system versus former system. It was a quick match. Moose won by DQ when Special Agent Zero from Order 4 attacked Moose. I don't know if Moose is injured or if they're just saving him for Rebellion, to do something against Agent Zero, but it was really quick. Then they had a no DQ match, Elena Black versus Mara Sade, kendo sticks, thumbtacks, and bedazzled bats. So, yeah, it just, Sade won with a moonsault. I'm not going to go blow by blow because you really need to watch TNA. I listen to Jim Cornette's podcast, and we've mentioned him before, but now it's just his reviews of shows. He details every fucking thing that happens in the match, and it's like, dude, I just want your analysis on the match. I don't want you to go through every fucking thing that happens in the match. I think he does it just to fill time, but to me, I just don't, don't get it. Then they had Brian Myers and Cedric Alexander of the System versus Vincent of the Righteous and Jeff Hardy. They did a video on the Tron during the match that shows that the Righteous were the ones who took out Matt Hardy to begin with. And so the system ended up winning. So now it's going to be the Righteous against the Hardys for the World Tag Titles. Which, if you were watching the storyline, the Righteous were being too nice to the Hardys. Like it wasn't that hard to figure out. This was kind of my favorite part of the whole show. The Elegance brand, which is Ash by Elegance, who used to be Dana Brooke in WWE. And then I can't think of the two other women's names, but they're kind of like a Beautiful People kind of group, and they have like their own personal concierge, and now they have Mr. Elegance, who was like a jacked up dude. To me, he reminds me, remember Rob Terry from TNA? As if Rob Terry had long hair and was a pretty boy, you know what I mean? That's pretty much Mr. Elegance. They've been running down the TNA Knockout Originals, you know. So ODB was the first one to step up, and then Mickie James, and now Taryn Terrell has stepped up too. So my favorite part of this whole thing, Mickie James started talking, and she's getting fiery lately. To the concierge was talking, and she said, "Listen here, Pickle Dick," which I thought was that popped me. That made me laugh so hard. So now I'm going to preview a little bit of Rebellion after this. So that's pretty cool. They're going to lead into something with that. Oh, the Headbangers. Yeah, we have WrestleMania 2000 behind the hard camera, and the Headbangers have their like weird bras with like fuzzy cones on them because they were doing weird shit like that back then.
You can't get away with that shit now.
The main event was for the TNA title, the champion Mike Santana versus Steve Maclin. I think this feud has been built really well with Steve Maclin losing the Feast or Fired match and being fired, and then kind of bullying his way back in by attacking Tom Hannafin, the announcer, and all that stuff. Really well built up, even though the crowd ruined one of the promos by trying to get themselves over. Macklin's really great at being a cocky but disrespectful heel at the same time. I timed this with entrances and introductions and match total 7 minutes and 45 seconds because why?
Commercials?
Santana kicked Maclin in the face and knocked him smack dab the fuck out.
Ow.
Luckily, he went to the hospital. He does not have a concussion. So that's good.
Wait. It's not hospital. It's local medical unit.
Okay, Vince, calm down. Just because you're wearing the Rock shirt doesn't mean you need to do the Vince-isms. So I'm happy.
What a maneuver!
Yeah, I'm happy that he did not have a concussion because that means he does not have to go through the concussion protocols and take time off. You know what I mean? So, but you could tell right away that he was out. You watch that kick instantly. As soon as he hits the ropes after the kick, he's out. And Alice Lane, the referee, she should be teaching OVW referees what to do.
Yeah.
Or wrestlers or whoever what to do. She immediately checked on him because she saw that something was wrong. And when Santana tried to pick Maclin up, she immediately stopped him and tried to see if Maclin was all right. And he started to stand up, and she held on to him, kind of like boxers in a clinch.
Yeah.
She literally held on to him and made sure that he did not go forward or anything, and the medical staff was right on it, and Carlos Silva, the president of the company who always sits ringside, was right there immediately too. Eddie Edwards ran out and attacked Santana, and that gave them a chance to get Maclin away from the ring. Santana put Edwards through a table. Edwards won the world title briefcase at Feast or Fired, so I might as well do upcoming pay-per-view is Rebellion. Eddie Edwards is going to wrestle Mike Santana for the TNA title. Hardcore tag team match, the Elegance brand versus Mickie James, ODB, and Taryn Terrell. Kazarian versus Elijah. World tag titles, the Hardys versus the System. X Division title, Leon Slater versus Cedric Alexander. That should be a really good match.
You want to backtrack yourself a little bit on that one?
What?
You tongue-tied yourself.
Cedric Alexander. There, you happy now? International title, Trey Miguel versus Mustafa Ali. That's happening on April 11th, the day that I'm going to be doing the table at the show. So I won't be buying the pay-per-view, but we will review it, or at least I will, because I'll watch the whole thing.
My fat ass will be working.
My thing is, Steve Maclin has been doing so well this year. And he's been a guy that we've talked about. He's really good, especially as a heel. He's a good babyface, but as a heel,
he's fucking phenomenal.
Really, if you want to see one of the best matches I've ever seen, Google Steve Macklin and PCO from Under Siege.
Fuck yes.
They had a hardcore match with cinder blocks.
So fucking brutal.
Sledgehammer, and we're not talking Triple H fake sledgehammer here. We're talking a real sledgehammer. It's available on TNA Plus, and I'm sure you can find the match for free somewhere online. It's just PCO and Steve Macklin. Google it. And I have his shirt. I will be showing it later. But before we get into anything else, we're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back.
Sometimes you step out and you be selfish.
The most selfish thing you could possibly do.
I know.
Like, my own personal feelings aside, this is not about me. How many times has Mike Santana tried...
Oh, hi. Welcome back.
Where did this shit come from? What's been going on?
I don't know. You fell asleep.
Fell asleep? Whatever. Welcome back to Cheap Pops. Hopefully we weren't gone long. So do you want to get right into your thing? Do you want me to hit the drum roll?
Yes.
Time for Nick's picks, and I have to admit, you picked a good one this time. Well, not that you don't pick good stuff all the time, but he picked that right there, WrestleMania 6, The Ultimate Challenge. So what made you pick this one?
Just because we were talking about it, because of Roddy Piper.
Oh yeah, and yes, I painted Roddy Piper half black because it's not on Netflix, and it wasn't on the net. Well, it was on the network for a while, and they edited it off. But in his match with Bad News Brown, who was going into the Hall of Fame this year, which is really cool, Roddy Piper, who was facing a black man, painted himself half black. So and I took a paint marker and I painted a basic figure half black.
And I will say this, he was not doing blackface, people. This is like him showing off the two halves, like Two-Face.
Well, that was the explanation, but he kind of was doing half blackface. But it was a different time.
Yeah.
It doesn't excuse anybody doing stuff like that, but you know, if you want to see the match, you can literally search it on Facebook and you can watch it on Reels. Like, it's like a 7-minute match. It's nothing spectacular, but it's not on there. And I kind of understand why, but I also kind of don't. Because you could put a disclaimer saying, here's why, you know, this match is not, it could be found offensive, and then show it anyways. Like, give people the choice to watch it, but whatever. I loved the intro to this pay-per-view where they're showing the constellations and like Hulk's one constellation and Ultimate Warrior, and Vince is doing the classic, you know, over-the-top voice promo for it. I forgot that this was Jesse the Ventura's last WWF pay-per-view as well. And they were in the Silver Dome in Toronto, which is a huge stadium, so they had the old-school carts that were built like a little wrestling ring with the ring ropes and the turnbuckles.
This was
to bring them to the ring.
This was the second and last time that they did that.
Yeah.
First time was WrestleMania 3.
Yep. And I kind of would like to see them do that again. Just not even if they didn't do it for every match, but for some people that like punk who like nostalgia, I think it would be cool to.
Absolutely.
Danhausen could come out on one for a segment. How funny would that be at WrestleMania where Danhausen comes out on one? And he has no idea why he's doing it. Like, it just...
The shit that they've been doing with him lately has been awesome.
Dude, they're even doing, like, you know how they sign the autographs before the shows?
Yes.
And, you know, they sell them?
He did the, was it John Cena?
He was CM Punk. He's
CM Punk.
It's so funny. Like, he never has to wrestle. Ever.
No.
Just the stuff he's doing on social media is gold, but yeah. But back to WrestleMania 6, the opening match is Coco Beware versus the model Rick Martel. If you want to talk early 90s WWF, the model Rick Martel versus Coco Beware One who comes out with a thing spraying arrogance cologne, and the other one carrying a parrot. That's it right there. Rick Martel wins with a Boston Crab. My favorite match of the whole show. The tag team titles, the Colossal Connection, Andre the Giant Haku versus Demolition. My favorite tag team, who's going in the Hall of Fame this year as well. I mean, Andre could barely move at this point.
And this was his very last WrestleMania.
Yep. Haku accidentally hits Andre with a crescent kick. Andre ties himself in the ropes at one of his favorite spots. Demolition, as Gorilla Monsoon said, they three-peated as champions. And then, remember what Bobby Heenan does?
He slapped the Giant.
Yeah, he got in Andre's face, started chastising him, and slapped him in the face. And then Andre tried to paintbrush, Bobby Heenan with slaps, but he missed him, whiffed every time. But it was still, it was still funny.
And this is when Andre turned heel. Babyface again.
Yep. Haku tried to kick Andre, and Andre beat him up too. And then, since they were faster, Bobby Heenan and Haku tried to get on the cart, and Andre kicked them both off the cart, and then rode away to the crowd cheering and turned babyface, and then never wrestled in the WWF again, which was kind of interesting. But the next match was Hercules against Earthquake. Earthquake won. I mean, it's Hercules against Earthquake. I mean, Bruce the Beefcake versus Mr. Perfect. The Genius did a poem for Mr. Perfect intro. Classic overselling by Mr. Perfect. If you've never seen Mr. Perfect wrestle,
I love the fact in the game that they added his overselling in it.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. It's. If you don't know what we mean, watch this match and you'll see exactly what we're talking about.
And plus, if you want to see overselling, Shawn Michaels versus Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah, SummerSlam 2005.
Yep.
Mr. Perfect used the Genius's metal scroll to get an advantage. Brutus did a slingshot into the ring post, which was also one of Perfect's favorite things to do.
Yes.
And it's Mr. Perfect's first loss, but Brutus gets to cut the Genius's hair again, like he did at Royal Rumble a couple months before.
Yep, he got to finish it.
Yep. One of my favorite things, Steve Allen in the bathroom with the Bolsheviks with a piano. And this is just funny. Steve Allen used to host The Tonight Show way back in the day. He's a comedian, so it was pretty funny. And then it's the Bolsheviks against the Hart Foundation is the next match. Of course, Nikolai Volkov goes to sing the Russian national anthem. The Hart Foundation ambush him. They hit the heart attack. Quick win for the Hart Foundation. So
ding ding bitch.
Yep. Yeah. Then they did the Barbarian versus Tito Santana. Barbarian wins with a top rope clothesline.
Sorry, Jesse.
Oh. Yeah, Chico, yeah.
I fucking love Jesse. I fucking love him.
And then three of the people that are on the table right now, Dusty Rhodes, and this is the Dusty from that match, the Macho Man from that match, and the Sherry from that match.
Too bad you couldn't get a custom Sapphire.
I might get a custom Sapphire at some point. Dusty Rhodes and Sweet Sapphire versus the Macho King and Queen Sherry in a mixed tag, and Dusty and Sapphire bring out their crown jewel, because he's the Macho King, Miss Elizabeth. She hadn't been seen since, she had done some stuff with Hulk Hogan after WrestleMania, but she hadn't been in the public eye for a long time. Probably before SummerSlam '89, and then didn't come back till the WrestleMania that next year. So very entertaining. Jesse Ventura full heel commentary during this match, and I loved it. Sapphire pinned Sherry, and then Dusty, Sapphire, and Miss Elizabeth danced in the ring. Crowd goes wild, Awesome.
Yeah.
And then they go backstage with Mean Gene and Bobby Heenan. One of the best Bobby Heenan interviews ever. Talks about Andre and says, "You listen to me, you go to the top. You don't listen to me, you're never heard from again." Awesome. That should be on every Bobby Heenan highlight reel ever.
Yes.
One of his best interviews ever. Then they do the Orient Express versus the Rockers. My note was, not as good as the match they would have at Royal Rumble 91 the next year, which is a classic. If you've never seen the Orient Express versus the Rockers from 1991 Royal Rumble, awesome. And the analysis during that match by Roddy Piper on commentary is amazing too. And then you want to watch a match that is just ugly to watch but funny. Dino Bravo with Earthquake and Jimmy Hart versus Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Hacksaw extremely over. Dino Bravo, one of my guilty pleasures as a heel. I thought he was a great heel back in the day, but not a great wrestler. And at one point, this made me laugh so hard. Jesse pointed out something that that Hacksaw did, and Monsoon said, "I didn't see that." And then Jesse goes, "What?" And then he says, "Were you having another hot dog? You've only had 7." that made me sick. As much as I love Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan, Jesse did some good stuff with Gorilla as well. Just the what? Did you have another hot dog? It's so good. Hacksaw uses his 2x4 when the referee's back is turned. He gets the win, but he gets 3 Earthquake splashes by Earthquake. So, they got their heat back. It was good. The next match was Ted DiBiase versus Jake the Snake Roberts. I noted that the Glens Falls Civic Center, which is our hometown arena, was in the video package to build up this match. I always love seeing that stuff. DiBiase wins by countout, but Jake attacks after the match, and he DDTs Virgil, and the $1 Million Man's money goes flying.
No!
So what does Jake do? He hands the money out to the crowd.
Yes.
And he even hands a $100 bill to Mary Tyler Moore, who was sitting at front row. So that was and Jesse's line was, "As if she needs it," which is true. I mean, she's like a TV star. She didn't need a $100 bill, but Akeem versus the Big Boss Man, newly babyface Big Boss Man, and then they reveal that DiBiase had been hiding at ringside after his match, attacks the Big Boss Man, but Boss Man still wins and punches Slick, his former manager, in the face. So, and then, oh my God, the Rhythm and Blues concert. Rhythm and Blues was Honky Tonk Man and Greg the Hammer Valentine, a dyed black hair Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Fun fact, who was driving the pink Cadillac?
DDP, and it was his Cadillac. So, before DDP was a wrestler.
Yes.
So that was cool.
He agreed to them to use the Cadillac if he got to drive it.
Yep, and they were debuting their song "Honka Honka Honka Honky Love," which is on YouTube if you want to listen to a really bad but funny WWF song from back in the day.
And you can go right to Spotify and do it too.
Is it on Spotify? That's fine.
No, not that one.
Oh,
but Hulk Hogan's album.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan's album
From WCW.
Yeah, there's a lot of good WWF stuff on there. And one of the great lines of Gorilla Monsoon: "If you hang the hammer for being a good singer, you hung an innocent person." And the Bushwhackers attack, and they break Rhythm and Blues' guitars.
No!
Rick Rude versus Superfly Jimmy Snuka, and Steve Allen's on commentary. He makes a lot of funny jokes during the match. My favorite one is, "I like Jimmy Snuka because he's wearing my wife's underwear." Because Snuka's tights were like tiger skin, tiger print, stripe. So it's funny. Rick Rude wins with the Rude Awakening. I wrote that the Piper match was edited out. Roddy Piper painted himself half black. It was pretty much a brawl, and this is when Michael Jackson was still big. Piper puts on a white glove, like a Michael Jackson glove, and uses it during the match. Roddy Piper gets the win. Or I don't know, maybe it was a double DQ. I can't remember.
I think it was a double DQ.
Maybe it might have been double duck count out. I can't remember because they edited it out, and I only watched it real quick just to refresh my memory a little bit. And then it's time for the main event. Title versus title, IC title versus WWF title. Ultimate Warrior
challenge.
Awesome video package to set it up with all their stuff, and I'm glad I found the actual WrestleMania 6 Ultimate Warrior with the only time he did this, the paint of his logo on his chest.
And I have this one in the box that you gave me.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. I think I bought this loose at a wrestling event after that because I wanted another one.
I think this is WrestleMania 3 Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, probably. I couldn't find the other one. great back and forth match, well paced, power versus power. You can see some great gifs out of this where they're doing the test of strength and like Warrior's on his knees in front of Hogan and it looks like he's blowing him. It's just it's weird stuff that people end up coming up with on the internet. But
then you got the another one where he's like,
yeah, and Warrior's like shaking his head on his knees in front. It just looks really weird. Hulk misses the leg drop and Warrior wins with his splash. So Hulk passes the torch to the Warrior. New WWF champion, and this led to an Intercontinental title tournament because Warrior had to give up the title. And the finals is Mr. Perfect against Tito Santana. As a kid, I was so hoping that Tito Santana was going to win, but it ends up being Mr. Perfect who becomes Intercontinental champion. So he's perfect. So, but he also lost a match, at WrestleMania, but whatever. So, really good pick. Where would you rank that on WrestleManias as far as...
I would have to say... probably right up in the top... probably at 10.
Yeah, I mean, there was good matches, but I think it was put together well.
Yes.
They paced it well, and if you didn't grow up then, you would look at like Dino Bravo versus Hacksaw and be like,
yes.
What? But Hacksaw was incredibly over, and still is. If you go to an indie show and Hacksaw Jim Duggan's music hits, the crowd's gonna go fucking nuts.
Fuck, yeah.
If he showed up at like a Retro Raw or something, the crowd's gonna go insane. Like watch some of the 2000, I think it was 2006 Rumble and 2009 when Hacksaw came out.
Yes.
Crowd went crazy. He still gets crowds going.
3 great main events from just one WrestleMania.
Yep.
Stone Cold versus The Rock. Then you had Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels. Then you had Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle. WrestleMania 19. That's 3 great matches right there.
Yep, that's a good one. One of my least favorite Undertaker matches.
Yes.
Him and Big Show, or him against Big Show and A-Train, and it was supposed to be Nathan Jones in the match with The Undertaker, but I mean, WrestleMania 19 is a good one, for sure. The other matches weren't that great, but it was still okay.
And you said to name a couple of matches that you would, from WrestleMania that you would...
Yeah, I completely forgot to,
Those would be my top 3 picks right there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll definitely do, we planned on doing a list of pick 5 WrestleMania matches that you would pick to show people, a non-wrestling fan, to show them why you're a wrestling fan. I mean, I wouldn't always pick just WrestleMania matches, because I'd pick Hell in a Cell 98 or something like that. But I kind of want to, I want to do that, so we're going to record again before WrestleMania. Oh my
God, it's Assless Cheese.
Oh, it's Chester McCheeserton, yeah. Because head cheese, yeah. So, before we get into because I don't have too much, because we did your Knicks picks, and but this will take a while.
Show me what you got.
You go first.
Oh, okay. So I've gone a little nuts lately.
Yes, you have.
But first, you showed me this. Oh, they fell down. That's okay. You showed me this on eBay, and so I grabbed it. I'm not a huge Triple H fan, but this is a cool Attitude Era shirt. Triple H, I am the game. I am that damn good. I'm that damn good. I mean, it's a reprint, but it's got the WWF logo, and actually, it's not one of the bad ones that you can get off of Temu, where it's. I mean, it might come out after a couple washes, but
actually, if you want to keep it nice and pristine, wash it inside out.
Yeah,
and it won't ruin it.
This is really cool, so I'm glad you showed me that.
And I bought a Shawn Michaels reprint.
Yep.
A DX shirt.
Is that that's the one I've been seeing on TikTok and stuff, right?
Yes.
This, as soon as I saw Steve Maclin wear this shirt, I had to buy it. Look at that.
That is fucking awesome.
That is badass. Like his skeleton with his front toward enemy jacket, and then Mayhem for All, and he's got the grenade in his hand and his dog tags like that. That's badass. I had to buy that, and It's got the TNA logo on the sleeve, so I definitely had to get that. These, the final boss, The Rock, fell, and they did the mystery minis again. So, got The Rock. I'll take a picture of these. And then Roman Reigns doing the Superman punch. Jay Uso and Rhea Ripley, and the other one that fell is Cody Rhodes with the torn pec. You know, like the bruise from the torn pec, and I think he's got a sledgehammer in his hand, but I can't remember. These are not new. I mean, these came out like a year or so ago, but the Walmart that I work at got more of them. The only other one that was in the pack is John Cena, and I don't care about getting John Cena out of this, so I'll take a picture of these because I think these are cool. So you can have the final boss and Rhea Ripley if you want them. Also, I bought NWO pencils because I saw a 4-pack of them, so I grabbed. You can have 2. I went nuts on action figures. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you did.
Especially today. There was the Monday Night War sets. The people that are seeing the displays in Walmart and are buying all the Steve Blackmans just to resell them at a high price, you're a fucking asshole. Because the collectors like me who really, really want a Steve Blackman with the head cheese, block of cheese, hat and all that stuff. But I was able to get the Sid Vicious from WCW Nitro where he's screaming, Goldberg! Goldberg! So I got that.
Love that one.
The Roddy Piper with the No Fear shirt instead of the Hot Rod. This one has the X-Pac head, Build-A-Figure head in it. Chyna with the Intercontinental title.
Now, there is a Chase one that, of this.
Yeah.
That she has the title belt around her forearm.
Right. So, but
which is really fucked up that they would make that Chase one.
Yeah, right. And then I saw this, and I had to get it. A Chase variant of Cody in a pink suit with the world title that his father was never able to win, that he used in a promo, so that's pretty cool. And then as soon as I saw this, I was so happy to see this.
Who is it?
Umanga. Umaga. Umanga was what William Regal called him all the time.
I freaking love it.
But it's got 3 different heads. It's got the Samoan spike thumb, which is the one that I'm actually going to put on it. But it's got like his like the Samoan skirt thing that he wore, and the Attitude Era Intercontinental title belt. So this is badass.
My favorite Intercontinental title belt.
Yep. So this is really cool to have Umaga. I'm really happy about that. This isn't wrestling related, but I thought it looked really cool.
Yes.
A gold, purple, and blue Skeletor. I'm a huge Masters of the Universe fan. And the trailers keep coming out for the movie.
The one I'm trying to get my hands on is the fake frickin' He-Man.
Oh, yeah,
what the hell is this beast, man? He's blue!
Yeah, the faker. Yeah, that's...
Well, I'm half dog. Everything's the same shade of color to me. I'm a gambler.
And then... my store got the new Ultimate Edition of Hulk Hogan with the rubber tearaway shirt where it stays in position.
And a fabric one that is not tearaway, which looks awesome.
Yep, and it has the Winged Eagle title, a couple more heads, even though he's coked out again.
I think this is the new... Yes, this is the new updated Winged Eagle belt.
Yeah, and the only thing that sucks is, like, the shirt is actually connected to the hands, so you can't, you really have to take, like, I don't even think you could take it off, because it actually is connected to the hands, but it's still cool. I really like it. It's badass. And then the Ultimate Edition Diamond Dallas Page, and I've seen people online saying, why is there an NWO shirt in there? He wasn't part of the NWO. They did an angle where they gave the NWO, Hall and Nash gave him the shirt, he put it on, and then what did he do?
He turned that, Hall around and boom! Diamond cutter!
Yep. And if you're saying, oh, you work at Walmart so you're able to get all these figures before I do not buy them before they go on sale. They get stocked and they're there in the morning when the store opens, and I'm not like one of the scalpers that buys all of them. I buy one set of what's there, and I leave I'm a collector. I'm not one of these people that resell stuff, but they had this wave of Monday Night War, the LWO Eddie Guerrero. This Rick Steiner is awesome.
That is fucking awesome.
That's really cool. It has this is the Charles Robinson Little Nate Build-A-Figure.
Woo!
They're gonna fall. That's right. And then the Road Dog is in it,
and Billy Gunn.
Road Dog fell, but Billy Gunn.
Well, he fell off from WWE TV, so
I wonder if because it says all this, and then on the back of the shirt it's supposed to say "and a great ass too." I wonder if it actually says "a great ass too" on the back of it. But I wanted to build the Charles Robinson, so that's.
Can we find that out right now?
If you want to open it, go right ahead. Here, you want my knife? Or are you just gonna here?
Yes, thank you. Because I'm kind of wondering this.
Right. Here, I'm just gonna toss them because I can always pick this stuff up later. And I went to a flea market. And really great too. That's just
you bastard.
Yeah, that's just dumb. I've kind of been going on a spree where I've been buying figures of people I've met. So Damian Sandow, and I met him as Warbeard Hansen, but Ivar of the War Raiders. This one, I have a Christian and I've already met him, but the Brood Christian with the black puffy shirt, had to get that. This one I haven't met, but I had to get it anyways. Junkyard Dog with the crown and the dog chain. Oh, you put it right back in the box. Isn't
yes.
That nice? This person I have met, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
Yes.
And then this came in. I was not happy. Well, I can't say. If I was a collector that kept everything in the box, I would be unhappy. But the Shark, the Chase version of John Tenta from WCW, I'm going to open this anyways. But still,
that's like the Eric Bischoff one.
Yeah, I mean this box is busted all to hell. But I mean I'm happy I actually got to get it. And then I went to a local Walmart here, not the one that I work at, but look at all this shit on the table. I don't have a lot of women figures, and that's kind of it's not because I don't like the women action figures, but I like Ivy Nile. She's a really good wrestler.
It just some of the head sculpts are fucked up.
But this one is really good. Like
yes,
that is
really
exactly that's really good. And that's the first time she's been in the line. And then Logan Paul, I think that's a really good basic for Logan Paul.
It is a really good one.
He'll be on our table at some point because he's going to be a main guy. This one, I have a huge Scott Hall display, but look at the boots.
That is just fucked up.
He never had boots with like white lines like that on them. But it's not like I can't paint over it at some point with a paint marker or something. But I wanted the red Razor Ramon for my Scott Hall.
I know you have a green one.
I do. I have green, I have yellow, I have blue, I have purple.
I was going to ask you if you had the purple one.
I do. So that's all I've got. A lot of stuff. Oh, I didn't show off this. I bought this at the XWA show. I'm going to have to research who it is, but I saw this black and silver luchador mask with kind of like a lightning bolt going down, so I will research that. But I just like the way it looks, and I kind of like, displaying them. These styrofoam heads are available at like Walmart and Hobby Lobby. If you have a really cool mask you want to display, these things are perfect.
Yes,
perfect.
They are.
Do you have anything?
Yes, I do. You want to hit it again?
Oh, wait. My phone timed out. We're very professional here.
I love the fact that I found these. And I'm so happy that you actually got to snag them up for me. 2 Shawn Michaels WWF biker hats.
And I have one. As well.
Yes.
And I did a video on my old show, and I looked like with one of those hats on, and I looked like a member of the Village People when I wore that hat.
You fucking did.
But those are badass, and the fact that you've got 2 of them
for what was it? Less than $60.
Yeah, it was only like $50. Yeah, so that's really cool. I'm glad you got those.
I'm gonna
pay me
save
for
that
those
for
yet?
last. No, not yet. I gotta pay you back.
He owes me a lot of money, just so you know.
This was an awesome find.
Yeah, that's really cool. I might have to buy one of those because that's really cool. I like that.
This I actually want to display on our show.
It's like a skeleton. It's a skeleton called Bone Salt, Crazed Luchador.
Yes.
It's a skeleton with a singlet on, and
he's got an actual belt with him.
and he's got one. He's wearing one mask, and then he's got a. Yeah, that's pretty badass. I'm gonna have to buy me one of those. That's pretty cool.
I'll send you the link from Amazon for it.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that a lot. And if you don't like seeing stuff getting shown off, this is not the show for you because that's what we do.
This I did as a custom.
Yeah, that's a really cool Commissioner Shawn Michaels. I like that.
And it's Eric Bischoff's body and the Shawn Michaels head from the Legends edition with the click.
Okay. That's cool. I like that.
I just got to find a cowboy hat now. Then you really love this to go along with the Shawn Michaels hats. An Amazon exclusive.
I like that. That's a really cool Shawn Michaels.
Yes,
That's the 95 Rumble, yeah.
Yes.
Where they go, oh, he came in at number 1. They also did 1 minute for every entrance, so he was only in there for a half an hour, but whatever.
Then, this was an awesome find in Vermont. Mm-hmm. And I said I found it at a smoke shop.
Cigar aficionado with Cody.
How fucking cool is that?
That's cool. I like that.
And they actually have an article in here where they talk about him.
Yeah, I think he's got his own brand or something. So
I thought this was fucking awesome.
That's cool. I like that. That's really cool.
And I had to snag it up.
Is that all you got?
Yep.
All right. So let's preview some of the events that are coming up. NXT Stand and Deliver on my birthday this weekend in St. Louis. It's going to be on YouTube. Vanity Project, who are the NXT Tag Champions, versus Los Americanos, who are the two that are with El Grande Americano. The North American title, Miles Bourne versus a returning to NXT Johnny Gargano.
Ooh.
NXT Women's title, it's going to be JC Jane versus...
Is he still going to be depressed? Or
I think this is what's going to be snapping him out of it. So.
Okay.
Versus either Lola Vice or Kendall Gray. Sol Ruka versus Zarya. That's a feud that I think they've built up really well.
Yes.
The Women's North American title, Tatum Paxley versus Blake Monroe. And for the NXT title, a fatal four-way, Joe Hendry, the champion, I believe in Joe Hendry.
Yes.
Versus Ricky Saints, Tony D'Angelo, and Ethan Page. So that should be... I don't know if they're going to add anything else to it before... No, they can't because it's
Speaking of Joe Hendry, they do have his action figure on the...
It's on Ringside Collectibles.
Yes.
Isn't it? Yeah, I might get that at some point. And then AEW Dynasty, which is coming up actually next week. They've only announced 3 matches so far. For the AEW tag titles, FTR versus Cage and Cope, who is Christian Cage and Adam Copeland, formerly Edge and Christian. John Moxley versus Will Ospreay. And for the AEW Championship, I think this will be a really good match. MJF versus Kenny Omega.
Yes.
So I think that'll be really good.
And we're on to the I believe this is the match of the night right here.
Oh, yeah, the TLC 2. No, it's the first ladder match.
Yes.
Ladder match. Edge and Christian, the Dudley Boys, and the Hardys, yeah. The ladder match a few months before between the Hardys and Edge and Christian set the bar, and then this one set it up even higher.
Yes.
And then TLC, it went up even higher. So.
Exactly. Then TLC 2, much higher.
Yep. We talked about this on the way to our studio. WrestleMania 42 is coming up.
Really not that hyped for it.
Yeah, I'm not. It doesn't feel like WrestleMania to me. There's going to be a lot of good matches, but to be honest, the 2-night thing has kind of, taken the excitement away from me a little bit. But Seth Rollins versus Gunther, fatal 4-way for the women's tag title, the Irresistible Forces, which is Lash Legend and Nia Jax.
If this leads to Gunther being a Paul Heyman guy,
that would be cool.
Yes, it would be freaking awesome.
The only thing is, Gunther does not need Paul Heyman to talk for him. So if he's a Paul Heyman guy, that'll be great. So Nia Jax and Lash Legend, the champions, versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria versus the Bellas.
Yes. Or if he has Gunther being a bodyguard for him against Seth Rollins.
Yeah, that would be cool as well. Yeah, if he plays like his heavy, yeah, that'll be good. 5-way ladder match for the Intercontinental title. Penta, the champion, versus Javon Evans versus Dragon Lee versus JD McDonough versus Rusev. I think that'll be really good. Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. I think that could be the sleeper match of the whole weekend.
Yes.
Unsanctioned match, Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu.
Now, this one I really am looking forward to.
Me too. For the U.S. title, Sami Zayn, the new champion, versus Trick Williams. I'm over Sami Zayn at this point. Don't really care anymore. Carmelo Hayes was the champion. I would have rather seen Carmelo Hayes versus Trick Williams, to be honest.
He's basically turned into Braun Strowman at this point.
Yeah, he's done. Sami Zayn is never going to mean anything again. If they make him world champion, it's not going to matter.
No.
LA Knight is a different story. They make him world champion, it's going to mean something. But Sami Zayn is done at this point, as far as I'm concerned. The Women's Intercontinental title, Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee. The WWE Women's Championship, Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. I'm very interested to see what Rhea Ripley can get out of Jade Cargill.
Yes.
The Women's World title, Stephanie Vaquer versus Liv Morgan. I think that's going to be a really good match. The WWE Undisputed title, Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. The World Heavyweight title, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. And the match that I'm most looking forward to, Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar. And Oba Femi is so over, it's ridiculous. And you can say it's the music. No, it's not the music. Yes, the crowd likes to sing along to music. It is not the music whatsoever. He is over, and if he does not beat Brock Lesnar, you've missed the boat. He needs to beat Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar does not need the win at all.
He needs to beat him clean.
Yep, absolutely. I think it'll be an entertaining WrestleMania. I'm just not hyped for it like I normally would be.
Unless you're going to do segment matches with Brock and Oba Femi.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they do a feud, but I could see Oba Femi winning and then Brock Lesnar wanting a rematch.
Yes.
Getting all hyped up and, telling Paul to shut up and do one of his weird, crazy promos saying he wants a rematch. But as I mentioned earlier, well, actually, before I do that, is there any video game stuff you want to talk about?
I've been playing High on Life too. It's been a lot of fun.
Yep.
I have to say my favorite mission so far has been, it's like little because we're nerds, like Comic-Con, Parking Con.
Okay.
Where you try to help Gene find a parking spot. You motherfucker, that was my parking spot!
Oh, okay.
And throughout the whole thing, he's trying to find a parking spot, and once you beat the final boss, at the end of the level, alright, Gene, we gotta go help him. He's dying out there, Gene. Are you kidding me? I just found a parking spot!
Okay. Alright, and I see that there's been a lot of glitches and stuff with the WWE game. And they've had to, walk back, some of the pay system that they've been doing. And I'm looking forward to, video game-wise, the Super Mario Brothers Galaxy movie is coming out. Can't wait to go see that. And the final season of The Boys is going to be on Amazon Prime starting, I believe, April 8th. Can't wait for that whatsoever.
And I got you into watching that.
Yes, you did, and I love for it.
I can't wait to take, they pushed it back 2 months. Mm-hmm. The new Lego Batman game.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Wait!
Yeah, I
already pre-ordered it.
Yeah, the Lego games can be really fun. A lot of fun to play. So,
if you like Grand Theft Auto, but if you have kids, but I know you like Legos, and you like open world Grand Theft Auto games, Lego City Undercover.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun.
Yep, the Lego games are very entertaining, I have to admit. So yeah, we'll definitely review Super Mario Brothers. And I saw another Masters of the Universe trailer. I'm not really sold on the voice that Jared Leto's doing for Skeletor. But I'm going to see it regardless because I love the campiness of the old one from the 80s with Dolph Lundgren as He-Man. I'm going to go in this with an open mind. And also, the second Mortal Kombat movie is coming out this summer as well, so I'm really excited about that. But I mentioned the Pioneer Valley Pro Wrestling event that I'm going to be going to. If I say the South End Community Center, what does that mean to you? Do you remember that? It's in Massachusetts.
Was that the one that we went to and it looked like half of it was like looked like construction and shit? It looked like
the South End Community Center is where all the wrestling classics have been held.
Oh, yes.
That's the building, so that's going to be pretty cool. Pioneer Valley Pro Wrestling, it's their 100th event. Ooh. So they're calling it their anniversary event at the South End Community Center in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Doors open at 5 p.m. and bell time is 6 p.m. For the Fuji Cup Finals, Steven Stetson versus Kylan King. We have seen Steven Stetson at XWA events, actually. A four-way for the PvP Tag Team Championship. Brick City versus Night Train versus the starting lineup. I believe Jermaine Marbury from the XWA show is part of the starting lineup versus the Malpractice. A lot of these I don't know. But that's the thing that's why I love going indie matches. Yes. I get to see wrestlers I've never seen before. In an I Quit match, I don't know if it's Benny versus Pedro Dones. I Quit match. I'm always up for an I Quit match.
Yes.
The Upgrade, Jay Tunis versus Big Bacon, Brad Hollister. I know I've seen Brad Hollister at Northeast Wrestling events before. The pay-per-view Lineage Championship ladder match, Brett Ryan Gosselin versus Dustin Waller. Dustin Waller was at the Wrestling with Character show that we went to. Sure Shot Fatal 4-Way, DJ Powers versus Fancy Ryan Clancy. He was also at Wrestling with Character. Versus Anthony Green versus Ichiban. Anthony Green was in NXT and Evolve for a while. I know Anthony Green from way back over 10 years ago in CTWE, where he was a referee. And he also started being a wrestler. He called it the Revolution. And there was an event, a CTWE event, where the Bellas were there. This was after they got released from WWE, and he had both Bellas on his arms as he was coming out to the ring. This was right after he first started wrestling. I took pictures, and I have an 8x10 of him, I'm going to get an 8x10 of him with the Bellas on his arm, and I'm hoping that he'll sign it for me. And I'm hoping it'll make him pop, that somebody remembers that way back and was actually there for those matches. So I'm hoping but that makes me happy. PvP Women's Championship, Big Juicy versus Livia. I think Livia was at one of the shows that we've been at as well.
I think so too.
Tornado Tag Team match, Disorder versus the East Coast Bastard Crew. And then PvP Championship, Keith Youngblood versus Sammy Diaz. I've seen Keith Youngblood at Northeast Wrestling events, and I believe Sammy Diaz wrestled at the Chaotic Wrestling show that we were at. So I can't wait for this. I have lots of stuff planned for the table. We are making gift bags for that, and we're going to have that at the other show that we're doing. I don't know if I'm going to do wrestling trivia at this show because it's just going to be me at the table. It's much easier to do it when it's both of us, because then he can watch the table, or he can do trivia and I can watch the table, whatever. But when it's just me, like I've got an iPad where we're playing our show and all that stuff, and we have stuff on the table. We got to be able to pay attention. I'm not saying anybody's going to steal the laptop, but at the same time, I've met some shady fucking wrestling fans in my day. So,
very fucking shady people.
I can't wait for this. I've never been to Pioneer Valley Pro Wrestling, and I'm just going to get the word out. So check them out on Facebook. There's still tickets on sale. And, you've still got a week, over a week where you can buy tickets. And I'm sure you'll be able to buy them at the door. So South End Community Center in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, if you're in the Northeast, it's well worth it to go to an indie show. Check out all our social media at Cheap Pop Show, Facebook, TikTok, and X, formerly known as Twitter, and cheappops.redbubble.com for
merchandising.
I mean, you can get this cool logo on a t-shirt, on a sticker. We have our Double Dare inspired logo. We have a WrestleMania logo inspired. We have lots of cool stuff.
And we've been experimenting with different colors.
Absolutely, and I have an idea for one that's going to be very intensive. I got to fine-tune what we're going to do with it, but it's going to be really, really cool when it's finally done. So, at Cheap Pop Show on all our social media. Like, subscribe, comment, let us know if you like the show or not. Check out Pioneer Valley Pro Wrestling. Check out XWA. Check out any indie promotion near you. They're all over the country. Thank you so much for checking out the show.
Pop guys out. The Cross gotta go use the bathroom, people.